morning, everybody. This is Sherman Ray, and this is Lovin and Livin in Vegas podcast. And of course, I am just as befuddled as I possibly can be. It is the day before Thanksgiving. I know, the day before Thanksgiving, and we are just as excited as we can possibly be about Thanksgiving. I mean, we really are. I mean, it's going to be a great day. I'm really excited about what's going on today. In Vegas, we got some cool things going on, and I've dressed up for the occasion. I did. So you guys can see I'm actually dressed up a little bit and having a good time. Really are. We just, I think what I'm more excited about is turkey. I'm excited about having some turkey and what that turkey is going to be. We're going to be doing some new recipes this time. We've been asking that question on our Facebook page. So it looks like our signal that's going in and out of here in Vegas, because of the wind and everything else, is getting really bad. So if it's kind of jacked up and stuff like that, it's not our fault. It's really the fault of Cox Communications or the wind or something like that. So we want to apologize to you right now. I'm actually going to put that in our comment section. I'm going to move that cup over there. Is that we want to apologize because of the connection. And we'll actually write that in our show notes right now. Say we're having So we're having technical difficulties due to the weather. So hopefully the weather will actually calm down a little bit and you'll actually be able to see the show. Because right now I can see the show on Facebook and it just looks really very, I don't know, spotty. It's probably really spotty is probably the good word for it. But what we'll do is we will actually upload this show on, I think we'll do it on YouTube. Because actually we actually have a recording of the show, so it's not a big deal. The show will be great. We'll actually show it on our website. You can actually check it out on the website also. I'm going to put that in the show on our Facebook page right now, so people will know that they can actually see it. Be uploaded. Okay, there we go. So that way people can see it anyways, because it's just you don't want to have a terrible show, because sometimes it's just a terrible show. Anyways, so thank you guys for being a part of the show today. We did dress up a little bit, and yes, I am wearing pants. And no, we're not doing anything untoward underneath the pants. But on the show today, we're going to talk a little bit about Hanukkah. Hanukkah's beginning pretty quick. And if you're a part of the Jewish faith, you know that the Hanukkah starts a little later this month. Also, we're going to be talking about, I think a story that most people have not even been keeping track of. It should have. About the Oakland A's. Yeah, I'll button up my jacket a little bit. About the Oakland A's. The Oakland A's, for those of you who know what's going on with the Oakland A's, folks, I think we've got a story that's nobody's been talking about, but I think people are going to want to hear about more, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. And we're also going to be talking about traveling and Thanksgiving and some of the things you probably should keep a mind on. But before we go to all that stuff, folks, we want to talk about our magazine, which is coming out January of 2022, the Lovin and Livin in Vegas magazine, which will be coming out. I'm very excited about that, folks. We've been waiting on this magazine for quite a while to come out, and we want to make sure that everybody knows that it's the bomb. It is. It's going to be cool. It's going to have it'll be filled with all kinds of cool things. And I think that is a little too big, isn't it? I think so. Can we adjust the size on that? Let's see if we can adjust the size on that a little bit. No, maybe not. Yeah, maybe we can. So we are going to. Here, let's see if we can do it this way. There we go. Because it's a little too big. Yeah, it's a little big. And we'll actually move it up here in the corner. Okay, very cool. So the magazine 2022 will be coming out in January. So I'm very excited about that because it gives us an opportunity to talk to some people and to really expose you to some people and trends and some thoughts, events, that kind of stuff that we really feel are just fantastic. Really do. So we want to make sure that you get that in January of 2022. If you would like to get a copy of the magazine, all you've got to do is send us an email. Just send us an email at, oops, there it goes, at info@lovinandlivininvegas.com. It's info@lovinandlivininvegas.com. And you can actually get a free digital copy of Lovin and Livin in Vegas, the magazine. They're over there on my shoulder. It's full of cool stuff, folks. And I think you're going to be surprised. Some of the people who we got to write articles and got to really be contributors to this, I think you are going to really just love it. So keep an eye out for it. Also, we're actually having an event, which is pretty cool, that is going to highlight the magazine, and it's called the first annual Las Vegas Whiskey and Whiskers Festival. Okay, the first annual Las Vegas Whiskey and Whiskers Festival. And so this is actually probably even cooler. I think so also. And once again, I'm gonna change the size of it just a little bit. I was looking at the video of us doing this show, I don't know, yesterday, day before yesterday. I was talking to a friend of mine who's a real cool guy. He is a video expert. Okay, I mean, we're a media company, but this guy's a video expert. And I said, hey, take a look at what we're doing here. And he was going, dude, you probably need to make that picture a little different, stuff like that. And I said, you are right. So the Whiskey and Whiskers Festival is really all about whiskey, and it's about whiskers. You can see that my whiskers are actually growing in pretty good now, folks. That's right. It'll be looking just like this guy over here pretty quick. And so the event, we're going to have a whiskey tasting. We'll have a whisker competition for mustache, beard. So during the month of November, it's almost over. This is almost a month's growth for me right now, and it's starting to get a little long, all under my neck. I'm gone through the pain portion. It's already done. But you can actually get involved in the Whiskey and Whiskers event and the competition. It's more important because we guys are in a competition. So you can get involved in the Whiskey and Whiskers festival, be a part of the competition. Don't shave off your mustache. Don't shave off your beard during the month. Okay, don't hang on to it till after January 15th, when we're going to have the event, and you can actually be a part of the event. So cool. So let me move that out of the shot there. So we were talking about the weather. So normally I'm out, so you can see my bicycle tire here in the corner, folks. I know, I always have my bicycle, because my bicycle is like that where is Waldo thing, where, you'll always have Waldo in the background someplace. My bicycle, I ride it pretty much every day for one reason. It's because I like to eat a lot. And so I have to work out, and, you've got to keep working out. And so we found out that this morning when I got up, and I get up pretty early, that it was super windy out, folks. I mean, not just a little windy, it was a lot windy this morning. And it was so windy this morning that the wind gusts were probably not 25, they were probably about 30, 40 miles an hour. That's what the forecast is for today. Here in Vegas, our forecast today is about a high of about 60 degrees, 15 to 25 mile an hour speed for the wind. It's going to be crazy. So folks, take your time today. This is not going to be one of those days where you're going to be able to say, oh yes, I can just go ahead and do whatever I want. I'm going to go out and just drive around. It's not. It's going to be one of those days where you're going to want to take time. Take your time with the wind. It's not going to be nice. It's not going to be pretty. So take your time in the wind. As a matter of fact, a lot of kids are out of school right now. And so if you don't have a reason to be out there, just stay at home. Stay at home, relax a little bit. Don't worry yourself. It's going to be a good day. It really will be. And that kind of reminds me about a second thing. Do you have any Thanksgiving traditions? Do you have any Thanksgiving traditions that you have in your family? Excuse me about that. I hate to sniffle like that. Have any Thanksgiving traditions that you guys are having? We're going to put that in our Facebook page right now. Where some people actually do have Thanksgiving traditions. Now, we were noticing that our broadcast on our Facebook page is just really spotty. So we want to make sure that you actually have that that the show is actually on today. And so I'm going to say, do you have any Thanksgiving traditions? Okay. Have any Thanksgiving traditions? And we want to make sure that if you've got any Thanksgiving traditions, folks, that you actually share it with us. Share it on our Facebook page. We want to apologize once again for the spotty, just really spotty, kind of in and out technical stuff. And that's not on our end. It really isn't, folks. We've got evidently what's going on here in on Facebook is it's really due to the connection. And so we want to really apologize for that. But that's all right. We'll make sure that we'll actually keep this going, and we will post this show on Facebook as a kind of a way to make amends, I guess. But do you have any Thanksgiving traditions that you'd like to share with us? How many of you have? You might do some searching for things. You might be doing some, some games, maybe some raffles. Family coming over. That's a great one. How many of you have got family members that are coming over, and this might be the only time of the year that you actually get to see those family members? Yeah. So share that with us. Share that with us on our Facebook page, and we'd love to hear about your Thanksgiving traditions, especially if they're unique to Las Vegas. Don't you think? Speaking of traditions, down in Las Vegas, downtown, it's actually starting. We were talking about this before. The November 28th is the beginning of Hanukkah, and it generally falls between late November, early December. But here in Las Vegas, it's starting on November 28th, and so we want to acknowledge that and say, hey, happy Hanukkah, hey, happy beginning of Hanukkah. It'll actually just start in a couple more days. It's going to be celebrated here in Las Vegas with the lighting of the menorah, which is like a it's for like a week, I believe it is, a week-long celebration where each day they light a candle to represent a day in the Hanukkah season. And so that's going to be happening all over the town. There's actually one that's going to be happening downtown. There's going to be in downtown Summerlin, so regular downtown. There's going to be out in various venues. We have a large Jewish community here in Las Vegas. So we want to say, hey, thank you. Get out there, folks. We'll actually put a link to a lot of those events that are starting for the menorah lighting. We'll be putting a lot of those links up on our Facebook page, so you won't miss it, folks. And if you also want to go to our website at lovinandlivininvegas.com, you can actually check that out there too. So it's very cool. Another thing, if you're going out to McCarran Airport, okay, McCarran Airport is probably not the place you want to go to right now. Okay, it's just not. McCarran Airport there was a story on this that we wanted to highlight. That McCarran Airport Terminal One is closed. It is that garage. Excuse me. The garage has reached its capacity in Terminal One. This is amazing. We knew it was going to happen. We talked about that before. That it was probably going to happen, and it did. Terminal One long-term parking at McCarran International Airport is closed after reaching capacity on Wednesday. Okay, so it's done. We knew it was going to happen. The airport says people looking for long-term parking can use Terminal 3 garage instead. It's going to be a little pricey, but you know what, folks? Better that you get your car parked there and you do it early. So you learned a lesson. Next year, you definitely want to get there early. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You want to get there early because it can get packed pretty quick. If you don't have a check bag, you can pass through Terminals 3 security checkpoint and walk to Terminal 1. But as the article goes on to say, so if you do have a checked bag, you have to take the shuttle to Terminal 1's check-in counter. So right now, folks, if you are trying to get out of Vegas, and many people are trying to get out of Vegas, definitely get there early. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't think, oh gosh, I'm fine. I'm a local, or I can get this done. I'm fine. And you think you're going to get to your destination, or you think you're going to have smooth sailing. It's probably not going to happen. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen. As a matter of fact, it was probably better for you to have done this like 2 days ago and get out there, because it just, you just don't want to screw around and find yourself in a place where you're just waiting for things to happen. For those of you, this might be the first time that you're actually checking us out. I'm Sherman Ray. I'm the host of Lovin and Livin in Vegas. I'm also the publisher, Lovin and Livin in Vegas magazine. We talk about the people, the places, the trends, the happenings in the city of Las Vegas from a local's perspective. Really, we love the people on the Strip. There's nothing wrong with the Strip, and the Strip is really what has made Las Vegas the entertainment capital of the world. But there are so many cool things that are going on in Las Vegas that a lot of people just don't know about. So we talk about those things. We talk about the people. There's some great folks that are living out here. There's some great restaurants, bars. If you're a part of our Facebook group, our fan page on Facebook, we're getting bigger and bigger all the time. I'm just so amazed. We started really inviting people and letting people know that we were there, and it's just exploding now, which is great. We encourage you, be a part of that group, be a part of, and let people know what's going on in Vegas, because people want to know what is going on in the city that never sleeps. And we can tell you, because we are fans. I've lived here many, many years. There's some cool stuff here. I mean, not just cool, it is just cool. And when you find out about some of the people that live here, you say to yourself, oh my gosh, I never knew that. I never knew that this company or that place was, or this, Ethel M Chocolate Factory, who, distributes chocolate all around the world, is located here in Las Vegas. The company Bigelow Aerospace, they actually put modules on the space station. They're here in Las Vegas. They started here in Vegas. I mean, some cool stuff like that. And then there's you, right? And then there's me. And we're part of the Las Vegas climate. Many of you probably heard about the guys dressed in the turkey costumes. The police who are wearing turkey costumes to stop bad drivers. This is not small stuff here, folks. This is pretty big stuff. If the question is, why did the turkey cross the road? The answer is to catch dangerous drivers. And this is true. This is a pretty big story. Clark County school police officers dressed in full holiday costumes and are trotting across crosswalks. They're doing it for a reason. They want to make sure you're stopping. 126 people have died in traffic accidents in Las Vegas this year. And these officers are hoping a public display could curb the police health crisis, or the public health crisis. During the 3-hour police operation, guess how many people were cited? 101 people were cited. Now, I drive my granddaughter to school every single day that she has school. And one of the things that drives me crazy is that people don't slow down in school zones. And this is, just flabbergasting me. And because I've had kids for so many years, it always sticks with me that when you're in a school zone, slow down. If somebody's walking across a crosswalk or crossing across the street, stop. Matter of fact, I saw a story about a little old lady who was in Russia, of all places, Russia. She's trying to walk across this street, and it's a fairly big street. I don't know why she'd try to walk across the street, but evidently it's kind of like, why did the chicken cross the road? So she's trying to walk across the street. Excuse me. Nobody would stop for her. Literally nobody would stop for this poor woman who's trying to cross this street. So it took a fire truck come down the road, turn sideways on the road to stop traffic, and they stopped traffic so this lady who was in the median, in the middle of the road, could actually walk across the street. So we're Vegas, folks. We're a little different, or we should be. It used to be a lot more. If you see people walking across the street, just do the courteous thing. Just stop. Stop for them. Let them get across the street. I've told my granddaughter this many, many times. I drive like a grandma. I do. I tend to be a slow driver. I've never driven really fast in my life. It's not as though I've never gotten a speeding ticket because I've driven fast before. But there's really no reason to be driving around like a maniac all the time. You just don't have to do it. So, and these speeding tickets that these folks are giving out, these are not good. Or if you're trying to just get around the law, there's no reason for that, guys. We're in Vegas. We're the best place in the world. Okay, we still need to do all that stuff. How many of you heard the story about the Oakland A's? Okay, yeah, Oakland A's. We've talked about these guys before. Are the Oakland A's coming to Vegas? Well, there might be a reason for you folks to say maybe. The Oakland A's, just a couple of days ago, by sources have said that they put in an offer on a piece of land. Oh yeah. Okay. So 2 sources have told a local news station that the Oakland A's put in a bid on a piece of land, and could this be another step closer to them actually coming to Vegas? Now, this is kind of sketchy. Okay, I'm not going to say "Thus saith the Lord" type thing, because nobody knows where the land is at. Okay, or how much they paid for it. Okay, that's the thing about it. So, but people close to the Oakland A's say that they have made an offer on a piece of land in the Las Vegas area. If that doesn't say something to you folks, I don't know what else does. I think they're coming. I just do. I know the people in Oakland. My brother who lives in Oakland, I feel terrible for him, because we took the Raiders from them, and now it looks like the A's are coming here to Vegas also. All we want next are your women and your children. All right? I know it's terrible. But it looks like this might come to pass. This might be a reality here, that the A's actually are going to be a part of Las Vegas. Who knows, right? I don't know. It could be. But I would not put it past us to actually get a team. So once again, nobody knows where the property's at. They don't even know how much it is, how much they paid for it. But chances are it could have happened. Okay, I just got a couple minutes before Thanksgiving comes in. I got to start cooking here. So how many of you knew, now this is an older story, and actually this was announced quite a few months ago, but that we actually have a indoor football league team. Yeah, we do. And it's called the Henderson. Oh, excuse me. It's called the Las Vegas. I'm gonna bring up the picture because I want you to see the picture of these guys. The Vegas. There it goes. The Vegas Nighthawks. Yeah, the Vegas Nighthawks are the newest indoor football league team. Okay, and I don't want to gloss over this but we're running short on time. But Las Vegas has a new indoor football league team, and its themes will sound familiar. Bill Foley, who's the owner of the Vegas Golden Knights, also the owner of the new team. The Nighthawks will be the 18th current and active members of the IFL, Indoor Football League. Okay, and this is cool. So we got a new franchise in the Southern Nevada. We've got the Golden Knights, the Silver Knights. We've got and now we have the Vegas Nighthawks, which is just, folks, for those of you who think that the season is over once the Raiders are done playing, if you want to get more football, folks, these guys, okay, these guys right here, these guys, the Vegas Nighthawks, are going to be playing indoor football, which will be great, which means, where are they going to be playing at? Our games at the all new Loan Center, the Dollar Loan Center will be fun, affordable, and have the best in class game experience. I'm going. I love it. I mean, I love it. And I think they're going to be playing in Henderson, aren't they? I think so. Oh gosh, yeah, this is going to be cool. So the organization also announced that the team has hired Mike Davis as their first head coach in franchise history. Davis joins the Nighthawks after serving as defensive line coach for the CFL's Toronto Argonauts. So, welcome to the Valley, Vegas Nighthawks, and we want to thank you, for doing all that you do. So, folks, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. We will not be here tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to take the day off because I'm going to be cooking all day long, hanging out with family, all that kind of stuff. So we want to wish you all a wonderful Thanksgiving. We will see you on Facebook. So if you check us out on our Facebook page, because we're always updating that Facebook page, growing that thing. When we first started, I mean, it's just growing. So join our Facebook page, like our YouTube channel where you'll actually get this also. And also, folks, be sure to mark your calendars for January of 2022 when the Lovin and Livin in Vegas magazine comes out. It's going to be exciting. And you can get all the information on our website at lovinandlivininvegas.com. This has been Sherman Ray for Lovin and Livin in Vegas. We want to thank you all for being a part of the show. And, folks, we just encourage you to enjoy. I mean, just enjoy Vegas and enjoy your time. We'll talk to you later, folks. Bye-bye.